I have some difficult news to share with those of you who are interested in what has been dubbed by some as the yellow top Bigfoot. So back in March, I posted what I believed to be footage of this creature. It was taken when a friend and I encountered it in the forests outside Rocky Mountain National Park. And there was a lot of critical reaction to the video from people on the web, which, is understandable. So because of that, I decided that I was going to try and contact other people who had reported seeing this creature. And I had a really hard time getting a hold of anybody who was willing to be interviewed. But finally, I got a hold of a guy named Jim Holder, and he had reported seeing the creature with his son Shane, in July of last year of 2008. And they had been hiking outside of Estes Park, and they had heard really strange noises coming from just off the trail. And what they saw was what others have similarly reported as an apparent Bigfoot-like creature. And Shane had a cell phone, and he was able to take this video. Now, unfortunately, as you can tell, it was an older phone, and it can only capture about 10 seconds of really patchy video. But what we see is an apparent humanoid animal walking at a fairly steady pace, and I thought it was pretty compelling. So obviously, I was really excited to talk to Jim. I was able to give him a call to interview him. But what he had to say to me was, well, it had some very unexpected results. And this is an excerpt of my phone interview with Jim.
Well, I have to say that at first I had no doubts about whether this thing was real or not. Probably saw it for, I don't know, maybe 30 seconds. And my first response was, Jesus, that was a real animal.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, the fur moved with the body. Sure didn't look like a suit.
No.
Sounds it made were inhuman. Nothing like any human I know can make. But the thing that really caught my attention were the genitals.
Yeah.
Definitely a male.
Yeah.
But in the days after we saw it, I found myself thinking more and more about, about the genitals.
Yeah.
And I couldn't quite figure out why, Something about the penis. I couldn't figure it out. Till a few days later, it hit me. This thing was circumcised.
Oh my God, are you serious?
It was pretty obvious. And,
Holy shit.
and of course, at that point, the whole reality of it just came crumbling down. And I thought, okay, there's simply no way in the world that Bigfoot could be circumcised, There's just no way.
So, if any of you had read what I had initially written on yellowtopsightings.com about my own encounter, I had also mentioned the creature's genitals as one of the main reasons that I really thought this thing was totally legit. You can't see it in either video, obviously, but this thing definitely had a penis. But I'm listening to what Jim is saying, and all of a sudden, I'm basically coming to the same realization. I mean, it had never crossed my mind, but as I really thought about what I had seen, Jim was totally right. I mean, the penis was definitely circumcised. So now I'm confronted with basically having to discredit my own video because Jim's right. I mean, there's no way that this is possible, and now I basically have to admit that this must be a hoax. And so now my question becomes, who is this guy? I mean, who the hell is out in the woods with his manhood hanging out, tricking people like me into thinking he's Bigfoot. Uh, so I mean, I apologize for giving this hoax legitimacy, but I'm definitely going to try and get to the bottom of this. And if anybody out there has any similar experiences or any information that can help me out, please go to yellowtopsightings.com and let me know. And I will let you all know if I find anything out. So, thanks.